Yeah, this is science fiction story. This story is not true. It didn't happen. It's made up with my genius ways of making up some science fiction story. Okay, now, as you know, most science fiction stories are written by somebody who writes up them from up above. So now, um, okay, our story begins here now. As I'm walking down the street, heading towards a doctor's appointment, I guess. Then next thing I know, I was in a big, huge spacecraft, and it was not only that, it was a time ship. And all of a sudden, the time ship, went from 2015 to 2,000 years in the future. So when I got to that, when I arrived there, looking around, I was really out of date with technology because I didn't know technology 2,000 years from now. Because the technology that today, because the technology then hadn't been invented yet, so I didn't know too much about it. And I was walking around trying to figure out what to do here in a very futuristic world, And I'm looking around, and I found out what happened to Willow Place, in the future, and that wasn't too nice what happened. So I went turning around, and I decided I'm gonna, I gotta find a way to get back to the past, where we're supposed to be in time, where it should have been not 80 million years in the future. So I find out that there was the Galaxy class starships there that were in there, and they're using transporter technology, beaming technology, which is very advanced. Not really know too much about it, so I figured there gotta be a way of getting how to. But one thing I know, didn't have to be money in the future. There's no poverty in the future, in the story. So I figured out, okay, well, you know what? What about so I went to a holodeck place where they had holodecks, and I asked the computer to recreate, Willow Place on a holodeck, which it did to a T, but it didn't feel right because it was computer animated generation. Now I gotta figure out how am I gonna get back to my time. This, time machine got me there, and it was destroyed. And it was destroyed, and they couldn't figure out where it was. I gotta find out where it was. So I figured out, in the science, I figured out what happened there, where it was. It was ended up in the hands of scientists trying to figure out how it worked. The time machine still not invented yet. And then, yet I find out there was a starship belonged to 90 Federated Planet, and I thought, a shuttlecraft. I thought maybe I steal a shuttlecraft from there. I can get it out the sun, string shoot it around the sun, tracking out the next poles of Venus, strings around the sun, and that would reverse the time. I should reverse back to the year, 2000 and back to this time. So I thought, well, what should I do? There's a temporal anomaly there. I need to reverse time. So I found out where the shuttlecrafts were. So I stole a shuttlecraft in the future. And what did I do? Stole a shuttlecraft belonging to the Galactic Patrol. And then I used it. And they were in hot pursuit with Galaxy class starship. And I was laying on the speed for the sun. I got to a point of warp 9.9 and climbing over right over to a transport threshold. And next thing you know, guess what? And all of a sudden, I managed to get around the sun. I came back to Earth in this time frame. I made it through. Once I made it through, I made it basically back to this time frame. And then I locked on the Easy Sit transporter beam. I teleported myself down into my own apartment, finding absolute north into the living room. As I beamed down, then I made my way after that. We're back about an hour or 2 hours after it happened, so there was a bit of time difference, but not much. So that concludes the story here, and that ends the story. The end.